Welcome to the One for the Road podcast. My name is Mr. K. Alongside me, as always, is C Squared. Tonight's topic, Polymarket. We we're going to go out to the Polymarket website. They got bets down on everything imaginable. We thought we'd look in the areas of polit political. Yes, I can say it. It's not policy. We're not going to look at policy. We're going to look at politics and finance, and we've got other things here, the economy and sports. If C Squared wants to make his bold Super Bowl prediction, or
That's
there's
right.
some tech stuff
And
here too. So all sorts of stuff, and we'll go right into it. We'll start with political stuff. The first one is U.S. government shut down Saturday. C squared. What do you think?
yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Um, just for the well, I won't elaborate on that immediately because it really could go either way. The Dems got all kinds of things going here, but they may use the shutdown as an insurance policy.
Yes, yes, that's scary. The betting money is heavy towards yes. 75% of the money is going towards yes, with just the paltry 25% towards no. So, like sports, there's I would bet one way, but I'm rooting the other. So I would probably bet yes, but I'm praying it's no
Yeah,
because
well, uh, I don't know. I don't know what the ramifications are. They could, if they feel like they're going to get, if the rhinos are definitely going to try and not let that happen. But if the Dems feel like they can get some value out of it, they might not cross the aisle. If they feel like it's going to be a disaster and I'll get blamed on them, your wish would become truth there, Mr. K.
right, right,
Because if they think they're going to get blame because they have a little, because of other bad things going on in places like Minnesota and stuff of that nature.
yes,
Um, they have a little bit of a positive reputation. How, I don't know, but
yeah,
how any politician has any positive reputation is beyond me.
right,
But
right.
they think they got something positive because there are absolutely negative things happening there. So it is absolutely a crapshoot to say I had a little positive momentum, which is almost impossible for the slugs in that group. The bottom line is that and then I blew it because I shut down the government
Right,
and
right.
now it's all blamed on me. So there is that school of thought too. With that said, nothing like a government shutdown and complete chaos.
Yeah, you make a good point that the Democrats have an opportunity while Trump's kind of down to like kind of beat him down a little bit more with a government shutdown and then come midterms and go, look, oh, how horrible of a year he's had. Put us back in, we'll fix everything. I mean, that's a possible message.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and so uh, today, I think it was today, part of what was made the VIX spike, the Nasdaq went up, I think.
Yes, it
And so
did.
people are betting big time on good tech earnings, but
Yes.
the Nasdaq went up, and I get it. The VIX is volatility on the S&P. The VIX also went up a fair amount. So the
Hmm.
bottom line is that people are, despite the fact that they're betting long, they are absolutely nervous, and some people are selling for sure, and
Right,
that's creating that volatility
right, right.
scenario, so it means that. all is not well in Whoville, and
Right.
and uh, and the other thought of that, about that, Mr. K, is that the 5 year bond auction was a dog
Hmm.
today. So they had to pay higher interest rates to actually sell those bonds. That's what a dog bond auction looks like.
Right.
Is I got no buyers until I start really cranking up the interest rate. They're like go pound saying we're not interested in safety
Right.
in your type of safety,
Right.
which is
Right.
disturbing, and
Right.
because the U.S. Treasury at one time was the safest asset in the world. So,
Right. That segues into pretty much what they got up top here. The Fed decisions tomorrow. Where do you think the smart money's been? 25 basis point decrease, increases, no change.
uh, there's definitely no increase. I would bet a fortune that there's no increase.
Right. Oh,
So
yeah.
it's either stay the same or a rate cut. Wow. So you maybe could have got this is like some of the, and I am going to philosophize a little bit on this too. You got the Don who does some really good things, like his group does some really good things, like roots out fraud and uses Elon to do all kinds of
Right.
cool
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
On the
Whales.
flip side of that coin, Han, uh, you got him criminally investigating JPOW. What do you think the
Oh, yeah.
chances
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
JPOW wants to do the Don a favor
Right.
right
Right.
about now, man? You
Right.
you put sick the Justice Department on me, and do I really want to cut rates and do
Right.
you a favor
Right.
right now? So I'm thinking they hold steady.
Yes. Yes. So 99% of the money's on no change.
Right,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
so that's been the consensus. Yeah, you bring up a great point in that, man. Powell, 50 point increase.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yes, yes. That would send the market into a
Wouldn't
tizzy.
that? Yeah, exactly. Here, watch this, man.
One
Would
basis
you?
point.
Exactly. Would you like to investigate me?
You're
Would you
like,
like to investigate me
oh,
further? How
right,
about next meeting is 2 basis points?
right. I do. Isn't that
Not that the
really
Fed
though?
is not a bunch of crooks, but
But I correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it really like a board of governors of about 10 of them that vote and Powell delivers? He has a one, I thought Powell has one vote, and because he's the chair, he delivers the verdict and
yeah,
has sway.
yeah.
I think that's right.
Well, and you're absolutely right. It is a board of governors, but for some reason they seem to think that like the New York board of governors pretty well tells the rest of them what to do, anyways.
Right, right, right,
Which would be J.P. Morgan, and
right,
because
right.
while uh, they do not disclose their ownership. Very nice. Presumably, they are owned by the major Fed banks,
Yes,
which would
yes.
basically say J.P. Morgan controls New York, the New York Fed, which is the most powerful Fed.
Right, right,
So,
right. There's this bet. How many times will Powell say inflation tomorrow?
uh,
40, 50.
yeah, 103.
Yeah. So what's the money? The money's on 40, well, 40 plus, which could be,
There you are.
a bunch. Yeah, 40, oh, a percent. And yeah, whatever. But inflation 40 plus is at 86% is where the money's at. That's that doesn't win you any money because there's an 86% chance of that happening.
Yeah, right.
Let's go to little back to politics and world politics. They've got, will U.S. strike Iran?
Uh, so I think I just commented on this either on to you or on a different thread there, Mr. K, and it was probably on the thread with Doug and Gary and those guys. But
Okay.
uh, so the bond auction misses. I forget what else, what other negative thing actually had. Oh, a bunch of more Epstein stuff happened. And all of a sudden, the Don's out saying he's going to like light up Iran. And
Right, right,
and it's like, huh, well, that's interesting. What made you think of that idea tonight?
right, right. So
So I hate to say it, but it really is either political propaganda or he really does it, and it is just complete political nonsense.
right,
And
right. I hope he doesn't. I'll just tease this a little. Jimmy Dore did a really good podcast on this, and he
we
interviewed
love
Bannon
Jimmy.
and I think Blumenthal on this, and they make some compelling arguments that doing this would be really bad, and Trump has kind of seen the light here. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so.
Right.
Because I mean, I don't know who tells him to do all this stuff. Now the Venezuela stuff worked out, and I can kind of see that scenario a little bit that there are plenty of Venezuelan people in Florida that got ripped off, 40 years ago, that parents got ripped off 40 years ago when basically all their assets got seized and they had to flee the
Yeah.
country, dude,
Yeah.
under Hugo Chavez. There probably hasn't been a fair election there
Right.
since Chavez somehow got in and rigged the operation. And everybody's standard of living, other than the Chavez Maduro inner circle,
Yes.
is
Yes.
gone to crap, dude. You went
Yes.
from one of the most rich resource countries and one of the highest standards of living, from what I understood in the past, highest standards of living in South America in the
Right.
70s, and
Yep.
to, you know, a crap hole.
Right.
And
Can't
the
get
bottom
wealthy.
line is that some people there there was individual people that supported this idea that said these guys are a bunch of communist dictators, socialist slash communist dictators, and they need to be taken out. Besides the fact that a bunch of oil resources that were built by oil companies in the 70s were nationalized and basically stolen from those companies.
Right.
So there was a legitimate axe to grind. It
Yes.
is quite an old rusty axe, I might have to say,
Yes.
but since it was like 1973 or something.
Right. 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 Yep.
But you know what, dude? Paybacks are hell.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, and it's in the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
I was shocked. I was actually shocked, Mr. K, that worked out. I
Yes.
cannot
I was surprised
imagine
too.
totally different scenario in the Middle East.
Yes.
Totally different scenario in the Middle East. So I cannot imagine that working out.
Right.
And,
Right. Right. Track
you
history
know,
over there has not been good either.
so I'll just say this. We took a legitimate elected leader in the 50s and dumped that guy out and put in a dictator, the Shah of Iran.
Oh, yeah.
And, so the bottom line is that we have done no favors for those
Yes.
folks. And there is a humongous, I'm guessing that Venezuela is being mostly of Hispanic origin, is probably Christian, primarily Christian. You are talking Middle East countries are not primarily Christian.
Right.
So the gap and bridge between Western and European culture and that culture is
Right.
substantially greater
Yes.
than the bridge between us and somebody in Central America.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah, I agree. So the money, as far as tax go, the later it goes, the better. There's a 63% chance they're saying on June 30th. But I'm praying and thinking it's going down day by day, and that's we don't need to be in there. All right, let's go back to finance. S&P's been up the last 2 days. Fed meeting at 2 o'clock. Will the S&P 500 be up or down tomorrow?
it's going to be up, and the VIX is going to go to 12, people, to 12. And
Wow.
you are going to help us make that happen.
Yes,
And
that would be nice.
because because I need some leap puts on the cheap
Yeah.
soon.
Yes. I could use a spy spike. I got some money on that,
Yeah.
invested in that, and
I
the
don't care if
S&P
the
going
SPY
up.
actually spikes. I just need the VIX to go
You
down so I
need the
can buy
VIX. I
puts
need the
real
SPY to
cheap.
go up. I need the S&P 500 to go up. I'm glad it's
It would
gone up
be
the
it would
last
be
two
good if
days.
it did go up. It'd be great if it hit
Yes.
700 and the VIX goes legitimately down into the 13s, the high 13s, and then I'm going in, boys and girls. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is mere speculation,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, I'm going in for a few month long set of puts on that thing because
Okay.
I'm calling the top, baby.
I wish you luck, man. That'd be great. By the
Yeah.
way,
Cat.
73% of people think it's going to go up tomorrow. Now, the reverse of that in the finance sector, will Tesla beat quarterly earnings? Here's a little bit of background. Tesla has missed 7 of the last 9 quarters in earnings and missed last quarter.
And I like Elon.
I do too.
8 is a nice round number. So that he should actually feel positive that 8 is a nice round number because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I, so I can't believe that one, lots of people are buying tons and tons of tons and tons of Teslas. And the other thought is that silver is going ballistic right now.
Yes. Yes. So the money spent on him missing. 71% think he'll miss, 29% think he'll exceed. Truth be told, folks, I'm a Tesla shareholder. I'm going long, so I'm praying he beats. Uh, I'll tell you, as an investor of Tesla, I was very happy in 2025. I've been happy so far. So
Well,
we'll
let
see.
me put a positive spin on this, Mr. K. So you know how he definitely could have beat expectations this month? He could have stopped producing cars and took the mountain of silver that he had and
Right.
sold it on the open
Right.
market.
Right. Right. Exactly, man. Yeah. Speaking of silver, that's in here.
Yeah,
What price will silver hit by the end of January? The current price is 108.23
good God.
an ounce,
Yes, I know.
not a pound.
Yes, I remember many, many, many decades ago.